So now the victim mindset is a big barrier and a big threat to a successful entrepreneurial path. Because when we operate in this survival energy, we won't take the steps that are required to show up. We would just look at these mountains and rather hide out in one of those good old comfort zones. And it often feels like we're dragging our feet. And I'm sure many of you can relate to this, right? Many of you have shared so beautifully who drives that car, and also some of the chatter and self-talk that is taking place. And this helps us to really tune into the frequency, to catch it. Recap. Our theme yesterday was the shareholder. And here I shared the story of taking the leap into the big unknown and using the many signs on my path. So these signs on my path directing me. Now, my initial plan for South Africa was disrupted only a few weeks after I arrived here. I was being redirected. So with sharing my story, I'm trying to illustrate that the mountains are not a bad thing, okay? These are calls to adventure, calls to action. They're helping us to stretch into so much more of ourselves. I have faced my fear every single day and finally started to add some trust back into the equation. And keep in mind, this is really important. I had no idea what was ahead. I was unpacking my purpose day by day. I flew this plane while building it. Now this is really important because entrepreneurship rarely comes in a box with all the pieces and the instructions. And I know that sounds pretty awesome, right? But the thing is, we would probably underestimate ourselves and get too small a set anyway, because we do what we know. And that's why challenge is so healthy for us. It exposes us to so much more. And when you fly your plane, you realize that actually you can do great things. And also that if you want to travel far, it's wise to not travel alone. And it's also been one big aha moment for me, just to realize that it's not a solo performance. The real magic happens when we join the grand symphony. I've learned that achievement is a joint venture. And the moment we awaken to we, that's when we begin to see.